We are going to take you on a tour of a Highland home here in a community called Mosaic, which is in Celina, Texas, just north of Dallas. Okay, so I really cannot wait to take you on a tour of this Highland home. It is absolutely fabulous. I know you're going to love it. And like I said earlier, this is a new design for Highland homes. I so wish that you were right here with me and you could take this tour right alongside me, because every time I turn a corner, one word comes to mind, and that is happy. So we're about to enter into the heart of the home, and when I turned the corner here, once again, I said the word happy. It just made me feel so good. Y'all, look at this. It's absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. The design, the layout, the floor plan of this home, it just works everywhere. Let's go ahead and take a look at the kitchen, because I know it's always one of our favorites is the kitchen. And this one absolutely does not disappoint. The first thing I noticed is this massive island. It's absolutely beautiful. The quartz countertop, they did waterfall over here, so there's no breaking of your eye doesn't break up. There's nothing to break it up. It's stunning. It's beautiful. And why not make some extra storage space in the island that's easy to get to and convenient? You'll notice that that goes all the way across the island as well. So let's keep going into the kitchen here. I have to point out the color of the cabinets, because like I have said many times, we are seeing wood tones definitely make a comeback. And we're not talking about those wood tones that you see in the houses that were what? The 90s, hun, where it's kind of yellow, maybe even almost gold brown and really shiny. That's not quite what we're seeing. We're seeing a much more natural or even a white oak wood tone, and it just works. And in this kitchen, all the cabinets are the same. The island is the same. Uppers and lowers are the same, and it's all wood, and it is stunning. So let's take a walk through this kitchen. We'll get to this area later, but a couple things I want to point out that just works here, and that would be the windows. You've got a window over here and a window over here on this side. You'll notice that the quartz countertop is taken not just all the way up to the ceiling, because it's all the way up to the ceiling, but you have it here as well for your windowsill rather than wood. So that just adds a little bit more luxury to the home as well. It gives it a nice, complete finish. You've got a nice chunky stovetop here, which I'm always a big fan of, the big chunky knobs. Gas is going to be in this neighborhood. You got to have a gas stove because they're the best. Yep. Pot filler for all y'all that like to make, all y'all, that's what we say here in Texas. Especially if you're making a lot of pasta. So that's great there. Just keep coming down, because there's a lot more to look at over here. So I love what they have chosen to do over here. And that is this little nook. So you can have it as they did, where it's lowered just a little bit. And so it's more of a desk area, or keep it raised at countertop height and maybe put a little wine fridge in here. Actually, I think they might have a wine fridge down there, but you could have a wine fridge over here. This could be your coffee center as well. And then the pantry is tucked off to the side. So what I like about that is when you're in this space, not that seeing a pantry door is unattractive by any means at all, but what I like is you don't see it. It is tucked away back here. Then over here you have your built-in refrigerator area, and notice that the cabinets go all the way up to the ceiling. Okay, so they're nice and tall. Microwave and double oven. So that is the main area of the kitchen. Let's go ahead and take a look over here at the breakfast nook, or really this could be your main dining area, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But notice over here, it's windows, 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 and more windows over here. And over here, you even have sliders on this side, and we'll show you what's on the other side as well. So I can't imagine them all being open at one time on a beautiful day in the fall here in Texas. But lots of windows. And the reason why they let in a lot of light is because the thicker your blinds are, I guess you could say thicker the slats, the bigger the slats are, the more sun that's going to be is going to come in between them. So yeah, I love those. And they open up too. Yep, I'm not going to do it now, but oh, okay, see, yeah, they open up as well. So I love that. And then you have a nice built-in hutch over here on this side. Okay, so not a wine fridge over here, but they do have a place to put wine over here. I like this hutch. Great touch over here with the open or the glass cabinet doors over here on that side. And then just a little bit of extra space. In fact, really, you could even have that for your coffee if you wanted to, but I don't know, nice space right there. And here's a really nice detail in the kitchen as well, is the little pop-up electrical outlet. So Highland really has thought of it all. Right above me in the kitchen, you have another set of windows that lets in more light. That could have just been a plain wall if they wanted to, but no, they decided to add a little bit more character to the home and put another window. And the beams in the kitchen as well always add character to a home. Before we show you the rest of the house, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. It's free to you, but it sure does mean a lot for us. And speaking of beams, the beams go all the way from the kitchen down to this beautiful fireplace. So while we're in this space, let's just go ahead and talk about it because, once again, happy. So coming off of the kitchen, you're going to have what they've chosen to do is a dining area. Looking at this space, though, I think this could go either way because you do have a really good size table over here in the breakfast nook. So if you didn't need 2 tables, you could easily take your living room and just push it back a little bit. But I love the setup that they have here. It really gives some good separation from the living room to the kitchen, but yet it's very, very open. But your sofa isn't right up against the island. So they've done a great job right here. And let's just admire this mirror for just a minute. I know it doesn't come with the house, but I just love that. That's a really cute mirror. So let's just keep on going into the living room. So I mentioned earlier while we were in the breakfast nook that there were sliders on one of the walls in there. Well, these 2 are also sliders that open up all the way. So all of the sliders, the ones here, the ones there, and the ones in the kitchen, they open up all the way. So it lets in a lot of the outdoors, lets that inside, or when your guests are inside, they can easily go outside as well. It is a little bit warm today, so I'm going to go ahead and close these. But I can just imagine on a really nice fall day here in Texas, North Texas, or a spring day, having all 3 sliders open with guests in your home. For us, that would be Easter. We have about 40 people in our home for Easter, so that would be absolutely perfect. So now we get away from the sliders, Brandon. Let's show them what's above the sliders. Once again, Highland could have said, no, let's just close it off. No more windows. We have enough. But no, they decided to put even more windows in the living room to let in all of this natural light. And just a little design tip. In this space, you could have had your curtains going just above the sliders and stopped right there. You could do that. But I suggest doing exactly what they did and taking them up as high as you can go. It really expands the space. We talked about first when we entered the living room, and that is the fireplace, because it really is the anchor of this room. It is the masterpiece. It is absolutely beautiful and stunning. A couple things that I really like what they did here. They used 2 different materials. So you have the shiny, glossy material that has a pattern in it that goes all the way up to the ceiling. And Brandon, what do you call this pattern when it matches?
So it's book match. So
book match. Okay.
They cut the granite right down the middle, and then they open it up like a book.
Okay.
So your pattern is.
It's not interrupted.
Both sides. It's
okay.
Reflective.
Okay. So I really like what they did there with that material. Then you have this matte material, a little bit more rustic, that they did for this part of the fireplace. So really good job here in this living room. You've got built-ins on both sides, plenty of space for 2 sofas, massive coffee table, and 2 chairs as well. But like I said, if you didn't need the dining room area, you could push this out just a little bit further and have even more seating if that's what you needed. So anytime you're going to look at new construction or model homes, you're considering purchasing new construction, make sure you take your realtor with you on the very first visit. Sometimes the builder might not let you be represented by one if you don't take them with you. And we think it's very important to have someone representing you and someone helping you navigate the process of new construction. I'll tell you that just this week, we saved a deal that was new construction, and had our clients not had a realtor, or really not had us as a realtor, they would not be moving into their new home. So take your realtor with you on the very first visit. And if you're ever in town and you want to come see some model homes, give us a call. Like I said, all that information is in the description below. Okay, so we are here in the master bedroom, which is usually one of my second favorite places to look at outside of the kitchen and the living room. You'll notice in this room, once again, it's just happy. They actually put wallpaper on all of the walls this time instead of just behind the bed, which I'm a huge advocate for, of wallpaper somewhere in the bedroom. Really good size room, but not too big. So you still get a lot of space in the living room, which is what really counts. But enough space in here for a nice sofa and a coffee table as well. I like that it's tucked away in this. It's not a bay window, but you can see that it's just jutted out a little bit to make space here for the sofa. In fact, if you took it away, your wall would be right here, which is perfectly fine. You would still have plenty of space for your nightstand, but this just really opens it up a lot, and a lot of natural light in this room as well. So let's go ahead and head on over. King size bed. I always like to point that out, that it does fit a king size bed with 2 good sized nightstands and even a dresser over here on this side. But let's go ahead and head on over into this bathroom because it is stunning as well. And one thing I want to talk to you right off the bat, let's just talk about what's going on here. So originally, this was just nothing but glass. The entire wall was glass, but it just wasn't working. So they decided to put this pony wall here, and then they will finish it out. But just so you know, this is still under construction, but you can still see how grand and how beautiful this bathroom is. You have a standalone tub right here on the other side of the shower. If you can, always go with a standalone tub. Because a Highland Home, you do get to go to the design center and pick out your designs. In this house, I don't think we talked about the size of this house yet, have we? We haven't. It's about 4,500 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 5 full bathrooms, 3 half baths. You do have the media room, game room. There's a lot going on in this house. It sits at about $1.3 million the way that you're looking at it today. Of course, there are base prices on all the Highland homes, but once you get through the design center, that price is going to go, more than likely, going to go up. So you've got a really beautiful bathroom here. I like how this tile on the floor, I don't even want to call it tile because it's just so big. It doesn't even seem like pieces of tile, but it's on all the walls. There isn't any sheetrock other than the ceiling. And guess what they did to the ceiling? They put wallpaper in the ceiling. Love it. Love, love, love what they did here. Okay, so let's talk about the shower for a minute. Walk through shower. You walk in one side, you can walk out the other. Drain is right here in the middle of the shower. And one thing that Brandon pointed out to me earlier was that you'll notice on all of the corners that they finished the corners out. You're not going to see that on every builder. I really like that they do that. It just finishes it. It makes it look really good. But let's just keep talking about the shower. You have 3 shower heads, one up, one above, and then one on either side. A different kind of tile here, and a different tile in that little niche right there.
I like the niche there because
I do
nobody's
too.
going to see your junk.
The shampoo. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, the shampoo.
Okay, the shampoo.
Yes.
And instead of having a bench in here, you can kind of use that. You can shave your legs. You can put your foot somewhere. So it kind of doubles as a place for your shampoo and conditioner, and also instead of having a bench. But let's just keep on going in this bathroom because it just gets even better. This area right here, I'm loving everything about this. And I'll tell you what I like about this area. So everybody has their own space. Once again, this is a little bit lower. So if you're one to sit and put on your makeup, this is a great space for you. Or if you're a little bit shorter like I am and you're not sitting, it's still a great space because I like to stand up and put my makeup on. I don't know about you, but I like to stand up. But what I like what they did here is they changed it up a little bit, and they have this tile, which is also in the shower. They put this on the wall, once again, going all the way to the ceiling. And there's 3 mirrors here rather than one long mirror. This gives it a very, very custom feel. And who doesn't love these wall sconces? We're seeing that a lot in both master bedrooms, and the bathroom as well. So I'm definitely a big fan of that. Celina, Texas is located just north of Dallas. You've got Dallas, Frisco, Prosper, and then Celina. It is about 40 or 45 minutes north of the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Celina is also known as the fastest growing city in the North Texas area.
Almost the United States.
Okay, Brandon says almost the United States, and it really is true because Dallas is so built out, Frisco is built out, Prosper is just about 95% built out, so now everything is pushing up to Celina. So what we say about Celina is get in now because prices are still a little bit lower than places like Prosper, Frisco, and for sure Dallas. But it won't always be that way because Celina, we just got a Costco, or we're getting a Costco. We just got H-E-B, and for those of you not familiar with H-E-B, it's a really well-known grocery store chain that's more popular in the South Texas area, but we have finally gotten a couple of them, and we're super excited about that. But Celina still has a lot of growing to do. In fact, their population, well, it was about 30,000, like several months ago, right?
Yes.
Okay, they're predicting it to end up at 300,000 population. So not tomorrow, but
in the future.
What we say is communities like Mosaic, where as of the making of this video, it's on phase 1. Now is the time to get in because as each phase comes and goes, those prices increase, land increases, construction increases. So if you're thinking about new construction in the Celina area, now is the time to start looking. So I mentioned earlier that this is a 5-bedroom home. So upstairs you have 3 of those bedrooms. They all have ensuite bathrooms. And then downstairs you have the master bedroom and a guest bedroom as well. So one thing we haven't talked about as well are the schools, and we get a lot of questions about schools when we're on Zoom calls. So Mosaic, which is the master planned community, the name of this neighborhood, which is in Celina, Texas, is actually in Prosper ISD. I know it can seem a bit confusing at times, but whenever you are looking at homes, especially in Celina, you are really going to want to make sure you know what ISD your student is zoned for, because it could be Prosper ISD depending on the location, or it could be Celina ISD. And look, they are both very good schools. They're great schools. You can look that up on niche.com or greatschools.org. But this neighborhood is zoned for Prosper ISD. Now, Prosper currently has 3 high schools, and they're working on the 4th one. So like I said, it has blown and grown incredibly. But places like Celina, they are still up and coming. One of the biggest questions we get other than schools is the amenities. How close am I going to be to Target, Walmart, and grocery stores? We get that question all the time when we are meeting with clients. Well, Celina has it all. Like I said, you've got Costco, H-E-B. There's Gates of Prosper, which is not too far from Celina, depending on where you live in the city. But Gates of Prosper has everything you need, all the conveniences, all the amenities that you need. Target, grocery stores, nice restaurants, doctor's offices, everything that you need is close by, and it'll just keep getting better as Celina keeps growing. They'll have more of those shops closer to the neighborhoods that are here in Celina. So remember at the very beginning of the video when Brandon and I were standing outside in the garage area and we were super excited about something to show you? Well, we're going to show you that right now. So we've just come from the front foyer, down one of the hallways. You have a really nice laundry room over to the side. Your garage is going to be over here, but this is a sales center. You've got a nice little area here for backpacks, hoodies, all the things you don't want to see on your living room floor or on the stairs.
Blue shoes that you really like.
I did, and they match the house. I absolutely love that. But what we wanted to show you is this was the door that we were talking about that is in the driveway. So you have your single car garage right across here and then your 2-car garage over here. But what we really like about this and what we think is unique and a really great design that Highland chose to do is the placement of this door and this bedroom. So y'all come on in here. So what I like about this is, first of all, you have another bedroom downstairs, which I think is always very important because we are seeing a lot of multi-generational living right now. This gives, if that's a situation that you find yourself in, or maybe you have a college student that's still living with you and wants a little bit more privacy, what I like about this room is tucked away from the living room and the kitchen, but now it has its own private entrance. Yes, this door does take you to the rest of the house, but also it's right off that single car garage. So you go in, you park your car, and then you're right here into the house and into your bedroom. Or like I said, maybe it's a parent that's living with you and they still have some autonomy. They get to have their own space in the house. And I just think that's such a great idea. This is a good size room with plenty of space for the nightstands, a good sized bed. You have a little chair over here, and this bathroom, and I say this all the time in my video as well. When you have that bedroom downstairs, don't have a bathtub. If you don't need to, don't put a bathtub in here because this allows anybody to be able to get in and out of the shower with ease. And once again, take your tile all the way to the top of the ceiling. We talk about all the time. But I do like the placement of this bedroom and the fact that there's the door as well. And then I want to show you something about the laundry room as well that Brandon pointed out earlier that could maybe work if you did have a parent living here as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the laundry room. Like I said, we're going to pass the garage over here, but let's just take a look at this laundry room. What I like about this is it's close to that bedroom. There's plenty of space in here for a refrigerator. You have a sink here. You could even put a microwave in here, and it gives whoever is using that bedroom, whether it's a guest or someone that's living with you, now they have a little bit more of their own space as well, with refrigerator space, a sink to maybe wash some dishes or store some items in these cabinets. So really thoughtful design by Highland Homes. Okay, so remember when we first walked into the home and I said it was just really happy? And the reason why I said that was because the first room I noticed was this one right here. This is the dedicated home office. And kudos to them. They put wallpaper on all of the walls, and Brandon showed them the ceiling because it's beautiful. It feels very, well, you know what? They said Dutch modern is the outside of this home, and that's kind of the feeling I get in this space because you have the wood ceiling and then the beams as well. I like the X design on the beams. You have built-in bookshelves over here. The office is in the front of the home, so not only do you have windows at the front of the house, but you have windows on the side as well. So a lot of natural light is coming into this space. Definitely think I could get a lot of work done in this room. Just close it off with these two double doors. And when the kids walk by, our adult kids, by the way, or our grown kids, just wave to them and say, Mom's working right now, guys. Go get your own lunch in the refrigerator. But no, we love our kids. But this really is a nice dedicated home office right off the front of the home. And like I said, one word to describe every room that I have seen in this house so far is happy. So the media room in this house is on the first floor. Talked about that before. I love the idea of having a media room on the main level. So as your kids grow up and leave the home, you still have the media room on the first floor. You're not having to go upstairs. So good design there as well. We actually have a lot of clients that prefer the media room to be on the lower level. But let's just take a minute to appreciate this room. Once again, they brought this wood detail into the room. It flows all the way throughout on all of the walls. And I know this doesn't come with the home, but when you walk into this room and you see these photos of Italy, just takes you there. It really just kind of takes you there. I love how they did that here. I think in a media room, you should go all out and make it a theme that is fun and inviting and makes you feel good. And I also like here how they have a couple of games on this coffee table right here. It's quiet. We have the doors closed right now, and there are some people talking in the living room. Can't hear anything, and it's right off of the kitchen and living room. So good soundproofing in here. So media room on the first floor. And I think I'm just going to sit in here for a little bit and enjoy how quiet it is. And of course, with Highland Homes here in Mosaic, you are going to get a beautiful covered patio back porch. This one has a really nice fireplace. Yes, it's Texas. It gets hot here, but having a fireplace outdoors is a bonus because it does get a little chilly. And who doesn't want a fireplace on a nice fall day? You can come out here, put your TV out here, watch some Dallas Cowboys football, sit out here with your friends, have a charcuterie board with wine. There's plenty of space out here to do it all. And one thing I want you to notice what they've done out here in this outdoor space is the wood ceiling. So once again, bringing a little bit more of the natural mix in with this white brick. Plenty of space here outside on this extended patio. We have a video all about Celina and one all about Prosper as well. So make sure you go back, take a look at those, and we'll see you on the next one.